Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You got a state jersey?
Yeah, it's Steve Smith.
All right, all right. I got my Michigan State shirt on today. I couldn't quite find the basketball one. I got the football that fits. I think we on the same page. Noon, right after the show, we're going to have to make sure we get in as close as we can to noon. Michigan State Part 2.
Yeah, they play tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow? I thought it was today.
No,
Even better, even better.
Yeah, that's
Pastor, I'm sorry. I might have to get some updates while I'm in church or something. We got to, because it's a noon start tomorrow. It's noon.
yeah, it's at noon. Yeah.
Okay, good. That makes me. I feel better because I got to get these leaves up before the rain comes, and today might be my last chance. All right, so good. All right, how you doing today, sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm back at it, man. Back at it.
All right, all right. It is March 8th, 2025, the second week of March. Here it is in this year, 2025. And I hope you're feeling good. Everybody out there feeling good watching us. Let's see here. I hope I didn't did this Instagram thing right today. I got some extra knowledge today from our producer, the Wiz from Oz, Mr. Marcus Holmes, showed me how to do something, and I clicked the button. It say live. It says I'm live, and yeah, it got some people on there. Look at that. Look at that. Good morning, Chris Baumgartner, and I know you're real. I'm sorry, I can't get the real name, but I know who you are from research. How you doing? Good to see everybody on the Instagram. I like the Instagram because I can actually see the names when they pop up. So that's the good part about that. Let's see. Let's see if I can actually. Let's see. I'm gonna got YouTube over here, Instagram over here, and I got the regular platform where we talking, and I can see who's in the background for Instagram. I can toggle back and forth. So we good. We expanding. I might have to actually pay the big money to get some more channels so I can do more than one Instagram and everything on there. I just might have to do that. I can do the sports talk page and my regular page, so everybody can come see us and say hello. And so we want to say what up, though, to everybody out there. First and foremost, we want to make sure we send our condolences to Angie Stone and her family. She has gone on to the ancestors as of last week. One of the great artists, hip hop as well as R&B, neo soul. Famous for a lot of things. Did the song for Girlfriends, one of my favorite shows that I watched even to this day. Something about that show, I just have to watch it. If it's on TV, I'm watching it. It's almost like the movie The Matrix. If it's on TV, I'm watching it. I don't know what it is about that show.
Wow, I learned something every week with you, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Tony Child. You got to see. I got to go see Tony Child. Former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. I'm sorry. There it is. I'm sorry. I had to put it out there. But hey, if I'm watching a show, that mean other people watching a show. That mean they still get a check. They in syndication. They get to make some
Absolutely.
Money. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna move in. We're gonna move into our first topic of the day. Actually, I had to pull a little different. I had to do something a little different today. Normally, I would go with our top topic. Actually, was the Vernon Maxwell interview on All the Smoke. But in light of the craziness that happened on Thursday night and Friday, with everything going viral, I had to make a quick change. I had to go with LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith. I had to change it. The whole controversy with LeBron going up to Stephen A. giving him the Will Smith almost with the words, but not the hands. And we got to talk about it. I'm really surprised that this happened. What are your initial thoughts on that whole thing?
Man, I don't have any kids, right? So it's hard for me to digress the situation, but it all comes to reality, man. I mean, he's not good, man. If on the back of that Laker jersey was Holmes or Williams, he wouldn't be on the Lakers. I get it. Your dad paved the way, right? But then if we really want to, I was telling cats at work about this. If we really want to be for real, Michael could have did what you trying to do now, but he didn't. He told them, if you're going to make it to the NBA, you're going to make it on your own merit. You're not going to make it off of me. And I think LeBron took a different approach and the wrong way of going about it. I mean, did Stephen A. Smith need to be chastised or however you want to do it? Yeah, but the way you did it was wrong. But like I said, I'm not a parent. But I know if I was a parent and my son don't have it, he don't have it. He don't have it, man. The reality is he good, but he not NBA good. Let's just be for real. The NBA stand for no B allowed. We already know what the B stand for. He don't got it. And when you come to reality and say, you know what, maybe I did put my foot in my mouth, because at one point you said he was better than anybody on the Lakers. And then at another point, you said he could make any NBA team and the 32 teams that's on the NBA roster. So I get what you're saying. Who doesn't want their child to succeed, right? But in reality, he's not good, man. We seen that at USC. He's not good, man.
He didn't lead anybody in any category in college. So going into the pro era at all, I didn't think that he would make it. I thought that it would have been a good thing, bring him in for the first game, send him to the G League, let him learn. But he's been staying consistently. They send him back and forth, but he's been consistently with the team. I understand as a sports parent. I coached many years. Sports parents are the best and the worst at the same time. At the same time. I do remember that song, At the Same Dang on Time. Remember that song? They're the best and the worst. They see everything from the kid's perspective, then the team's perspective. Because the kid's saying, "Ma, I'm not playing. This is not fair. I don't want to get out there. The coach, blah, blah, blah." And so, of course, your heart goes out to your kid. But if you weren't a parent who plays sports and understands you got to earn your way out there, it's a little different. You would think that LeBron would understand that, you really got to earn your way out there. But if you have the ability to do so, why not? People do it in other areas all around, on other companies all around the world. I understand it. The nepotism, whether it's son, daughter, uncle, nephew, niece, I get it. You want your people in place. But you cannot be jaded to the point where you don't understand, are they good enough to do this job? And so I understand why LeBron did it. I get it. But at the end of the day, he had to do it publicly. You would say, well, he could have pulled him to the side. He feel like Stephen A. Smith talked about his son publicly, so I got to address him publicly. We got to do this in front of everybody. You do it, you say it in front of millions. I got to have this conversation in front of millions. I get it. Now, are you surprised that he actually did it?
No, because it was Stephen A. Smith. You didn't do it to Charles. You didn't do it to Magic. You didn't do it to Big Perk. You did it to Stephen A. Smith. That's equivalent to Michael Jordan socking the coach for the Golden State Warriors in the eye, Steve Kerr. And then he ended up picking up the phone and calling him, "Steve, I'm sorry." Yeah, every action has a reaction. What if Steve Kerr would have just said whatever, or just Brandon Poole and Draymond Green? You did it because of the person who it was. You wouldn't have did it to Shannon Sharp. Somebody who would have matched that. Okay, here's my point. You did it to Stephen A. Smith because you knew Stephen A. Smith was going to back down. When Lance Stevenson took his hand and did you like this, why you ain't do nothing to Lance?
When Lance Stevenson blew in his ear.
Yeah, when Lance Stevenson blew in your ear, why you ain't do nothing to Lance? The first year when KD went to Golden State and you met him in the finals and they was talking all that, KD was talking all that junk. Why you? That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to be tough until it's time to be tough.
Now, do you think it was warranted for him to do that?
I don't think it was. What I'm saying is, I think with the duration of the game, they went to overtime. You know what I'm saying? They went to overtime. He ended up beating them. And then he just happened to see him, and he saw red. And he said, I'm gonna address this right here, right now. If it was me, I would have said, okay, hey, my man, holla at me when you finish doing the press conference, come holla at me. Come back out here. Because the camera, you got to figure, the camera ain't rolling in. Come holla at me when you finish doing the press conference after the game. Come holla at me.
Now, speaking of which, I think this goes to the bigger picture. I think the bigger picture is access. The access that Stephen A. Smith have to athletes like LeBron in situations like that. Because of the fact that Stephen A. Smith has found a way to have access to inside information, I think LeBron had to do it in that way. Because if y'all talk off the grid, you know, that doesn't allow him to, that continues to allow him to have access to, you know, all the different athletes. And Stephen A. Smith was smart enough to say, hey, back this off. Don't take it here. Don't take it there. Even on my podcast, even if it's on my show the next morning. I was able to see a different side of Stephen A. Smith. I was able to see him, you know, you could see the disappointment in his face. You could see the man behind the, like, I really want to say what I want to say, but I know better to say. I got to frame this in such a way that if I say too much or go too far with it, I'm going to lose what I built, not only with the LeBrons of the world, but other athletes who actually going to talk to me on the record and off the record.
And that's understood. But at the same token, isn't that his profession? He's a reporter. Yeah. Right. He's been in the business for a minute. But at the same token, like I said in my earlier statement, LeBron only did it because it was Stephen A. Smith. Mm-hmm. You don't do nothing to Dylan Brooks. You don't say nothing. You ain't say nothing when Joakim Noah used to play. That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to be tough. It goes both ways. You did it because it was Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith backed down because it was LeBron. If it was me and Stephen A. Smith, or Kevin Hart and Stephen A. Smith, that verbal spat would have went back and forth. Mm-hmm. You're only gonna stay on a level where you can win. You're not gonna stay on a level where there's a possibility of you getting defeat. That's what I'm saying. He did it because it was Stephen A. Same way with the Chris and Will Smith. You smacked him because it was him. You wouldn't have smacked nobody else. You wouldn't have smacked nobody else. Same thing with Draymond Green. You did Jordan Poole like that because it was Jordan Poole. You wouldn't have did Kenyon Martin like that. You wouldn't have did Zebo like that.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, my opening statement, everybody wants to be tough until it's time to be tough. Because at the same day, at the same when you add all the factors up, Stephen A. Smith got just as much to lose as LeBron got to lose.
Yep.
Just like when you watch these reality shows like Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, nobody's gonna fight. You think Shawty gonna fight and all that shit has to lose? Come on, man.
And okay, now speaking of fights, let me throw this one in real quick. You think that Charles Barkley and Big Perk gonna actually go at it, or they just gonna keep talking junk?
At the end of the day, once again, you got to add up all the factors. They both got a lot to lose. You're about to leave TNT, right? So you're adding to a new network, right? Perk is already set on ESPN, but he doesn't have the camaraderie that you have. He doesn't have everybody knows Charles Barkley.
Perk could go before Charles Barkley.
Huh?
Perk could go before Charles Barkley.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. Perk made the little, I seen the little the Instagram post or whatever. That was out of Perk tired of people talking about it, right? I mean, that's a part of, because at one point, remember, he said he was the most valuable person on the Oklahoma City Thunder squad. But he has to say that because in essence, we know he wasn't.
Nowhere near.
But in his mind, and Kendrick Perkins' world, we have to believe that because he believes that. That don't mean we have to agree with it, but that's what I'm saying. But back to your initial question, no, because if Charles Barkley and Shaq never fought, Charles Barkley not fighting. They said it. If you're over 30 and you're still fighting, you're the biggest idiot. What they're doing right now is just having words. Now, I don't know if they ever
come Draymond and Barkley ain't fighting.
I don't know if they come back in confrontation, if they ever met one-on-one. There's something different.
If Draymond and Barkley ain't fighting.
Draymond Green is not about that life, man. Draymond Green is a actor, deserves Oscars. You did, once again, you did that because it was Brandon. Kenyon Martin said it best on Gilbert Arenas podcast. The reason why Draymond Green does the stuff ain't nobody holding Draymond Green. Ain't nobody making Draymond Green stand on his stuff. Mm-hmm. Now you a tough guy. Since when? You wasn't a tough guy at state. So when did this, what you took a pill overnight? Stop. You're not, I deal with it every day, all day, 365 days a week. Curtis Jackson said it best. I don't want no problems. But if you want some problems, no problem. They gotta you're an NBA basketball player. You're not a thug. That's what you are. Do your job and go home. You're not a thug. Yes, a professional athlete, yes, he's supposed to be in shape. He's supposed to be fit. But Draymond Green, you made it out of Saginaw. Okay, congratulations. Not him, Chris Webber, all of them, man. No, stop.
Saginaw something else, though. You got to go up there to understand.
We have people that stay up there. So that's why I'm like, stop. It's like, don't do that, man. That's not what you about. Same thing with Chris. Chris wanted to be this tough guy that he went to Country Day. No. I told y'all the story about at Northland. No. Stop. I seen that with these baby brown. I know. You're not about that. Man, let's get out of here. This ain't my scene. Right. Stay out there at Somerset. Nobody. No. Northland is we didn't even call it Northland when I was growing up. We called it the land. We took the north out of it and called it the land. Stay out there.
Take the Dexter bus up there. Take the Hamilton. Go get you a cookie. Go get you a milk.
Stand on Curtis and take the Iron Pimp. That's what we call the bus. The Iron Pimp, 16 Dexter, come through the back way.
That's right.
You're not about that life.
You're not supposed to go right to the cookie place.
Man, you a basketball player. You wanted to be this tough guy that, don't mess with Chris Webber. No, stop. Please stop.
Well, let's jump in and speak to the people who've been making comments. First of all, we got, let's see here. Let's go top to bottom. Let's see here. We want to say good morning to, looks like my big brother, Rizzy. Mr. Will, good morning. How you doing, sir? He said, good morning, brothers. Happy Sports Day to everybody. He said, LeBron ain't about that life. Aria Moody, good morning. Happy belated birthday. I have a little no sympathy for Stephen A. Smith. He does too much. And let's see. Aria says, that sounds like the epitome of Stephen A. Smith, though. Let's see. Kenneth Hobby says, good morning, fellas. Good morning to you. Good morning, gentlemen, from Greg Brown. Let's see here. Kenneth, Greg Brown, everybody tough, they get hit in the mouth. Kenneth, if you ask me, LeBron and Stephen A. Smith are both soft men to be fighting at their age. Say what you're going to say and stand on it, meaning without argument. And Kenneth is laughing about the Iron Pimp. Yeah, we call it Iron Pimp.
Iron Pimp.
The DOT, the Iron Pimp, and the cheese bus was the school bus that you rode.
Remember back in the day, you could ride the Iron Pimp if the bus driver was cool. So back in the day, you had to throw your money in the little thing.
Yep.
Sometimes if you got on, it depends on the bus driver. You got on there, you put like some pennies, quarters, nickels. Yep. You just drop that in there.
You just drop it in there. And especially if he was full, you couldn't see
that's what if it was full, right? Back in the day, I witnessed with these baby brown eyes again. That's the first time I ever seen 3-card Molly. The Jordans came out.
In the back of the bus. That's right. That's right. They was stand up in the back of the bus.
Right. Back then, you didn't have that big little black platform. You could see out the window.
Yep.
So 20 gets you 40. I seen by the time we got to Northland, my man had lost all his money. We like, you might as well go and ride back home, dog. I say, man, look, quit. 20 get you 40, 80 get you 60. No, 20 get you 40, 40 get you 80, 80 get you 160. They let him get to 160. I'm like, dog, you got your money back. You got the money for the shoes. Quick. 160 get you 320. I never seen a upside down face in my life.
Mhm.
Man, I'm gonna just go ahead in there with y'all. So you gonna go ahead and watch us buy ours? Yeah, 3-car Molly.
Yep, I see it myself. I see one guy get into a fight and his boys, and he didn't know that he had all them other guys on the bus out sitting in other seats that was watching but not watching. By the time they jumped on that boy, I felt so bad for him because I kept saying I didn't know the guy, but I'm saying to myself, don't start this fight because they ain't in there by themselves. It's not just one guy. It's about 7 of them. It's a whole crew. He threw that, he swung on that guy, and they beat that guy so bad, and they had to get off the bus, and they kept on jumping on him on the side of the road when we pulled off. It was ridiculous. All right, we got to move forward. We're gonna jump into our Pistons. Thank you everybody for your keep it going. As a matter of fact, let me go and do a commercial. Click like, click share, let people know we out here. We got a good show going today. We got people on the Facebook side, Instagram. I want to thank, let's see here. We got John Slade. We got Big Guy T. We got Hannah on the Instagram side. Thank you guys for coming in and saying hello and being a part of the show. Don't be afraid to say hey. Go ahead, throw a comment in there. I can read your comment from the Instagram side, from the Twitter, Facebook. Let's see. We got LinkedIn, and we on 5 platforms. So I'm learning how to do the new stuff. So we on the Twitter. I'm sorry, on the Instagram today. I'm really excited about that. As you can see, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna talk about the Pistons and the NBA. The Pistons are doing very, very well. They are 8-2 over the last 10. They lost Thursday night to the Clippers. They are 35-28 and having a good season. We were a little bit worried to see if they was gonna be able to keep it up. It looks like they are, and especially with their guard for the next 2 weeks, they give them a chance to probably move up to maybe the 5 spot. That'd be a good thing if they can do that. Hopefully they can TikTok. And we on TikTok as well. Marcus said we on TikTok.
Yeah, out here drinking that Kool-Aid, boy. They not going nowhere, man. They not going no. Look at 11:25. You, my brother, the man behind the scenes. I love both of y'all. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, man. They not going nowhere. Look, it's a good thing though. It is a good thing because it's like the Tigers took us up and down. That other team, they took y'all down. Then we get here, and this team is better than where they was last year. Now, if this other team that resides down there that shares the same arena with them can get their thing together, y'all will be all right. But nah, man, don't drink that Kool-Aid, man.
We gonna get to the rest.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. JB Bickerstaff, if he's not coach of the year, because right now I believe it and I know they're gonna do it. They're gonna give it to JJ Redick. Watch. But it should go to JB Bickerstaff. It should.
I don't know about JJ Redick getting coach.
The reason why I say JJ Redick, because they're number 2 in the West. The West is tougher than the East. They're winning. They last 10. They're 8-2 with that overtime game they just won Thursday. That's the only reason I'm gonna say why. And he's handling the adversity with the Bronny and LeBron situation. That's the only reason why they're gonna give it to him.
Well, we gonna get to we gonna get there a little bit. We gonna get down there. But I wanna we talked about coach of the year last year. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Why not? I think that reason why I say JJ wouldn't do it. The Lakers played the playoffs last year. The Pistons didn't win 14 last year. They barely had 7, 8 games right now. So for them to be where they are now, if it would be a travesty. It wouldn't be like the football coach for the Lions, cocaine drain Dan, not winning it. It would be, for him going 15-2. I was kind of surprised, but not really surprised when he didn't get it. But if JB Bickerstaff don't win Coach of the Year, to me it would be a travesty.
No, it wouldn't be a travesty. You're not in that market. LA and Detroit. LA is a bigger market than Detroit.
I understand that. You know, the sports
And
from New York and LA.
And you just traded for arguably who's gonna be the face of the Lakers going forward, right? I'm not a Luka Doncic fan. Let's get that out there first. To me, trash. But I was talking to a friend of mine at work. This is what the NBA is about to be. When Durant probably only got about 2 more years. If that. Kyrie, yeah, right.
He might be done.
Right, Kyrie might be done. Okay. The fake Tatum don't want it. Anthony Edwards don't want it.
Nope.
In a minute, the NBA is going to, this is my opinion. The projection going to be Wemby, Joker, Luka, and then the rest of them. It's going to end up being the foreign NBA. Because all the super, Steph probably got about 2 more? That's if Steph play. Draymond on his like, Draymond really should be out the league. But because
I'm here, my guys there. I got to make this money. I got to finish this.
Because he gives what he gives. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
You figure somebody like Clay, Ant-Man, and I'm not Anthony Davis, but the other Ant-Man who's his teammate, they probably got about a 2-3 year window. The NBA gonna be all, and then when it do becomes that, where it's Luka, Joker, Wemby, it's just gonna be running gun. It really ain't gonna be no D. You was crying. We were crying now that it was gonna be. It was not D. It's really not gonna be no D.
If there's no defense in the All-Star game, what do you think is going to be in the regular season games?
You're going to be seeing 148, 136, 145, 131, that type of stuff.
That's what we used to see back in the early 80s, the late 70s, the early 80s, but they still played defense. It was funny, if you understood that era of basketball, they still scored those amount of points on a consistent nightly basis, but they were still playing defense. It's hard to explain. But they really did. They played.
That's because the dynamic of the game has changed.
Yeah,
you got a Whitney, 7'2" wingspan, 7'4", dunk out the gym, all that. Like we were talking earlier when he first got drafted, it took him a minute to transition to over here because over there a foul ain't a foul over there, but a foul is a foul over here. When they finally take over the NBA, man. I think NFL is gonna highlight that whole, like the Christmas. NFL gonna run that whole thing. Watch.
Yep. They already set it up.
Yeah.
Already set it up. It's gonna happen. All right, let's jump over to men's college hoops. Of course, we got to say congratulations to the Michigan State Spartans who are outright champs in the Big Ten. They are 16-3, 25-5. And right now, University of Michigan is in second place at 14-5, 22-8 overall. Tomorrow, the rivalry game. That's where we both wearing our state stuff. But the big rivalry game is tonight. Trail, if you're watching, this one for you, brother. Duke and North Carolina, 6:30 p.m. I think that game is on Fox. I want to say that game is on Fox. The big game tonight. Duke is definitely having a better season. It's on ESPN?
Yeah, I believe it's on ESPN.
Duke and North Carolina.
Duke and North Carolina play after Kansas and Arizona. Arizona's at Kansas. It's senior day at Kansas.
Okay. All right. Well, you got the update right there. Duke is definitely having a better season than Carolina, but some reason when you play that rivalry game, you can throw the records out the window. Duke beat them pretty handily the first game, but Carolina's at home this time, so we're going to see what happens with that. Hopefully we get a much better game this time than we did last time. And I'm looking forward to the regular season champions moving over into the tournament. The tournament coming up soon. And not only the tournament for all the leagues, but we got the NCAA tournament. What you think? Should we do brackets again this year?
Sure. I need a laugh. I need a laugh.
Because not especially now that we're on Instagram, we reaching a bigger crowd. We need everybody when we do the brackets, join in the brackets. We get about 7-8 people. I want to get to a couple hundred people out there join the brackets because we have a lot of fun with that. We have a lot of fun.
I got in the first round. In the first round, I got FIU knocking off Michigan.
We got to see the brackets.
What you mean was bad? It's a tournament. Anything can happen.
We don't know who playing who. If Florida International are going to be playing Michigan. I'm not
You
saying
heard
it
it here.
won't
Hey, look
happen.
here, man. You heard it here first at 11:32. I got FIU knocking off Michigan.
I'm not saying it won't happen. I want to see who they play first. Once they announce who they're going to play.
I just told you. FIU against.
All right.
Is this on? FIU will knock off Michigan.
They 2 weeks away from even making an announcement.
FIU will knock off Michigan. You're not listening. I'm telling you what you're not listening. I'm telling you. So
right.
remember,
I'm writing it down. Okay, hold on.
Remember, I went 11-0 in them picks. Trust me, FIU will knock off Dusty May in Michigan. They'll be back in Ann Arbor the first weekend.
Okay, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. So if they put the teams together and they play, that's what will happen. I wrote it down. Felix prediction. Got it. All right, here we go. Let's move forward. Before we do that, we'll make sure we click like, click share, and make sure we are representing this young man. Who? Marcus Home. Great book. Great for this journey every day by Mr. Marcus Home. Let's tell us about Mr. Marcus Home. What does he do? He is an HR specialist. Let me talk about it. Lean on me. Let me tell you about it. You want to go to TikTok. Look that young man up, Marcus Home. Not only buy his book on Amazon before we have the Blackout Women. The Blackout is going on right now from the 7th to the 14th. So no Amazon products. If you're going to subscribe to that, I'm saying you should or shouldn't. I'm saying if you are. But you want to go in there after we have the boycott and get his book. But in the meantime, if you're looking to get a good job, if you got a job and you're trying to get a better job, if you want to learn how to answer them STAR questions correctly, go see that young man. If you want to, once you get the job, you want to negotiate a good salary, look that young man. If you want to get that, you want to get a better resume, look for Marcus. Go on TikTok, reach out to him, and he'll take good care of you at a good nominal price. He'll take good care of you. Make sure you're ready to answer those questions and answer the right questions and give you some good questions to ask when you're in your interview. All right, don't forget to do that. Want to make sure we are here every Saturday from 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, same bat time, same bat channel. We on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and what am I forgetting? TikTok. I'm forgetting one, but it's all right. Twitch. No, we're not. I sacrificed Twitch for us to be on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Facebook, YouTube, it's 5 of them. We on 5 of them, 5 platforms. So if you just look for my name, pull them up. My page is open, and you'll see us running off at the mouth, having a good time, making jokes about all this good stuff, and talking good stuff about sports. We're going to move into our women's sports area. We always want to make sure we talk about women's sports. We've been doing it from the very beginning. A lot of people say we've been talking about women's sports. No. Sports Talk with Kamau Felix has been doing women's sports since our show started. We made sure we included women's sports. Thank you, YouTube. We got to make sure we say YouTube. We got to make sure we include women because they doing it big out there. Speaking of doing it big, USC wins the Big Ten regular season championship at 17-1 and 27-2. Overall, they lost one game in the league to Iowa, and they lost in the other game to UConn. They beat the number 1 team, UCLA, and they beat them again last Saturday night. That game was good for about 3 quarters. After coming to 4th quarter, it seemed like UCLA just gave up the ghost. But that was a good game for the first 3 quarters. And Juju Watkins, she the truth. She probably at this point she's definitely gonna be the Big Ten Women's Player of the Year, and she's pretty much in the running for the National Player of the Year as a sophomore.
You think she's leaving?
I don't think she can leave till junior year. I think she has a.
Oh, you can't leave. You can't leave like college, men.
I think it's different for the men. I think it's different for the men.
Okay.
She'll stay 1 more year. If she were to go right now, she'd definitely be the number 1 pick. She'll definitely be the number 1 pick.
I don't know.
And you kind of go first.
Paige Beckers is nice. I like Paige.
I'm not saying she's not. I like Paige as well, but I want to make sure I give Paige her credit. She's definitely leading that UConn team, and they're leading the Big East right now, and they'll probably be a number 1 seed again this year. So right now, the number 1 seeds I'm predicting, number 1 seed is going to be USC, Notre Dame, South Carolina, and UConn. Those are I think, gonna be the number one seeds this year.
I don't know. UCLA might still get a number one seed.
I don't think they're gonna USC and UCLA gonna be in the same because are they gonna send UCLA away?
They're sending UCLA to the east because they're already out west.
But you hope in women's college basketball, the teams that the number one seeds host the region. So it's not like with the guys. They actually send them to their team. So the reason why I would say USC over UCLA, team 18 miles away, not gonna host. They're not gonna host two teams in that same region. That's the only reason why. So we're looking at UConn in the east, USC in the west, in the south, South Carolina, and in Notre Dame. And so that would be the north. That would be the north. Notre Dame would be the north team. So those are the teams that we're looking at doing. That's my prediction. You never know. I've been right sometime. Hey, I'm a man. Man is always wrong, especially when we talk about women's sports. So, but I'm hoping I'm right in this instance.
Right, see. Like I told you, FIU knock off Michigan first round. Okay.
I wrote it down.
Dusty May.
I wrote it down. I put in the earlier this week. I put in there was it yesterday? I think it was who was the coach of the year, and I said Izzo because they weren't even ranked at the beginning of the year, and my boy Christian he missed the Michigan. He right up there with Greg. He said it should be Dusty May because they only won three games last year. And
if it's not Tom, then the next candidate would be Rick Pitino. He turned them around. St. John's ain't won the Big East outright since Lou come to second.
Well, I agree with that, but here's the difference between Pitino and May. They both were coming into the season. They were top 5 teams. They were already teams that were already ranked going into the season. When Michigan State wasn't ranked at all, they barely got any votes to be ranked. So for them to go, I can't say worse to first, for no recognition to where they are now to be in the top 10 team. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think that puts it over top. All right, let's see here. We're gonna jump into baseball and hockey. We got the Tigers right now at 6-6. They've gone 2-2 since last week. Last year they were scorching things up. They were in second place overall in all of baseball in the spring training. They're just kind of average right now. I think hopefully they're not coasting to opening day against the they're going out east. They're going out west to play the Dodgers, the champion, on opening day. But they April 4th at home against the White Sox. The Red Wings are not doing very well. They've lost 5 in a row since our last show. They lost 4 in a row. They just lost that one game. They lost the home and home. They are now 30-27-6 and out of playoff contention. They would and it looked like they also stood pat at the trade deadline, which was yesterday. Thursday, I think it was. I don't think they made any moves
yesterday. You know what? I was thinking about this. Maybe I need to go down there.
Okay, let me know. You know, I'll make a special trip.
I'm saying maybe I need to go down to LCA for the Red Wings.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I'll go with you. You let me know. I arrange it. I'll take a day if I have to. If it's a weekday.
Because last time I went down, you see what happened last time I went.
With the Tigers.
Yeah, I think I might need to go down there.
We're going to have to make it happen.
It's getting to the point. If you don't make the playoffs this year and you bring Steve back, man, what are you doing? And then you didn't, like you said, you didn't even make no trade. You sent my man. This is what I thought. I thought they was going to at least put the offer out there. Because I was like, well, you could have used Patrick Kane as bait to lure somebody, which that case would have made them say, okay. Because right now, when you say the face of the Wings is Dylan Larkin, that's it. Mm-hmm. Nobody else. I mean, you say DeBrincat, but it's really just because who takes the shoulder of the blame? Larkin. Who got caught out on their play? Larkin. but it's only one guy. That's why I said I was like, maybe I need to go down there. I go down there, man.
What you think next Sunday? Next Sunday they play against the Golden Knights at home at noon. You got to work next Sunday?
Yeah, I got to work next Sunday. Yeah.
We work it out. We're gonna find a date. We're gonna go down.
Guys, for it. Man, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with Terry Ferry. See if he can meet us down there. Hey, man, we need everything we can do right now.
Lord,
Did I say something wrong?
Lord.
I'm just saying. I say, look, we need everything. Because right now they can't score in the whorehouse. Understood. But I think if they get in, that'll seduce some of the fans. Just let them get in. Because if they don't get in, man, I wouldn't want to be in the off season with them.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're a little early on our going to the next topic. We got a lot of good things to talk about here. We're going to take a quick pause for the calls as we jump into stupid sports news. All right. Jumping into stupid sports news. We got some good things to talk about today. All right, thank you, sir. We got some good things to talk about. More so probably for our one quick question than we do for stupid sports news. But Shedeur Sanders has a secret coach saying that he would not draft him. One of the coaches in the top 10 said he's not going to draft him. He said he's too brash, and he wouldn't be a good franchise quarterback. But he said it anonymously. Of course, another one of those anonymous sources. What do you think about that?
First of all, what does brash mean?
Talk too much, think too highly of yourself, think you the man, but you're really not the man.
That would be every American human being on the planet Earth there, right? I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Mm-hmm. But think about it. Who's his daddy? Who more brash out there than his daddy? His daddy, Deion Sanders.
Right. But you know what? It all depends on the organization, right? Like the Giants. Do the Giants need somebody like that? Absolutely. Does the Cincinnati Bengals I'm just throwing name teams out there. Does the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need someone like that? Absolutely. Does the Indianapolis Colts need someone like that? Absolutely. Yep. Do the New England Patriots need somebody like that? Absolutely. But with that comes a price. So I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be competent. Like you said, look who his daddy is.
Yeah, I just think what my biggest thing is, don't say it anonymous. If that's how you really feel that's how you really feel. Yeah. So let him go. Let him. And also that to me might be a tactic. The tactic might be to say, hey, let's talk him out. Let's talk him down so they can actually fall to me. So we can make them, that's a tactic in a lot of ways too. A lot of coaches put out anonymous stuff where we talk to him and he didn't do well on the Wonderlic test, even though he did do good on the Wonderlic test. Or we interviewed him and he don't fit our culture anonymously. Or if he don't fit our culture, who else culture won't he fit? So that might be a tactic for them to say, let him fall so he can actually come to us because that's who we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Hold on. Let me get the correct definition of brash. let me write it down. Let me B-R-A-S-H. All right, definition. Let me pull that up real quick so we can. Self-assertive in a rude, noisy, or overbearing way. Strong, energetic, or irreverent, having an ostentatious or tasteless appearance. I like that word, ostentatious. That's one of my favorite words.
What does that mean?
Ostentatious? There we go. Let's pull that one up. Let's pull up ostentatious.
Public school has failed us again.
One of my favorite words. Ostentatious, characterized by vulgar or pretentious display designed to impress or attract notice. So you the man, and you wear some fly clothes. That's ostentation. You come in the room, say if you pretty Tony, you come in with your hat, you come in with your pimp stick, and you come in with your outfit on and your fur. You come in and you strutting your stuff. That's ostentatious. That's brash and ostentatious all the way together. That's one. That's together. They together.
Good. Send all your complaints and comments to Sports Talk. Come on. I didn't know. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna hit a one quick question. One quick question. All right. What are your feelings on Dank DeMoss? Big Dank. You know who Big Dank is? The young lady who said that who's suing Lyft for not being able to get in the car because of her size. Who's suing? You heard about that young lady? She a rapper in Detroit.
Yeah.
She making her 15 minutes of fame stretch. She making big money off of it now. She got a clothing line. She got OnlyFans. She been on national interviews. She been on Deb's House, The Progress Report, The Sway Way Show, The Breakfast Club. It all started because she was filming herself trying to get in a Lyft, and the guy was like, "You're not gonna make it. It's gonna hurt my car." And he canceled it and sent her another car. They fired the Lyft driver. And she's suing Lyft. I initially thought it was a publicity stunt, and I thought about it. In the state of Michigan, they do protect that weight and size as a protection. So if you got a job and your boss say to you, "When you gonna lose some weight?" That's a lawsuit. You can sue your employer for talking about your size in the state of Michigan. So my thoughts is she gonna win that lawsuit. If it's in Lyft's best interest to settle out of court, honestly. They wouldn't have fired the driver.
I guess that's what happened with Terry Fair and the Lions.
Lord, I tell you.
What, man? Does Terry Fair, does he play with the Lions? No. Does he have any affiliation with the Lions? No. Did they give him any job after his playing career? No. That's what I said. That's what happened with Terry Fair and the Lions.
Look, I honestly, I got to give her credit. She has taken this and flipped this in her favor.
She played the victim and it's about to pay off. Well, no, she didn't play the victim because she is the victim, right? They fired him. He lost his employment, and now she's about to gain from it.
Yeah. In the state of Michigan, weight is a protected class, so she's gonna make the money. I just think it's great that she didn't flip this joker. She got a clothing line. I started to send you the video for her clothing line, but I didn't want you to be mad at me. I don't know.
Yeah, please don't.
Depending on what your taste is, some people, like girls of that size. Some people don't.
I'm not. No. Look, everybody likes a BBW, right? Right.
Okay.
I know one guy. I say I leave that alone. Because I was about to say what? Yeah, I'll leave. No. But yeah, I mean, she's going to win her lawsuit. Now, winning the lawsuit, is this going to start a trend? See, that's the thing. You get a trend now because now somebody else sees it. They see her, monetarily win. Is that going to start a trend with everybody else? But like you said, it's only in the state of Michigan. So,
well, not just the state. In certain states, that's a part of the law.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Has
she opened up Pandora's box for somebody else?
Could be. I've actually known other people who sue for because they've talked about their weight. There was a big thing with Hooters for some years back where they were suing because they were firing girls because they didn't quote fit the size category for Hooters for Hooters employees. So this isn't the first time that this has happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read some of these comments. I'm gonna do my best to talk around a few of them. Kenneth said she should be ashamed and embarrassed. Is she ashamed and embarrassed for bringing a lawsuit, or because of the fact that she said some things she said? I'm gonna let him answer that one. Greg Brown said, I wouldn't let her big self in my car either. Kenneth said she self-sabotaged her own case by going to the Breakfast Club. And I think I know what he's talking about when she said that, thank you for accommodating me. But you got to remember, she said that in the state of New York. She didn't say that in the state of Michigan. I thought about that too. Had she said that in the state of Michigan, where an interview was there, then that would hurt her case. She's definitely losing the court of opinion, but she's definitely winning in the court of law. That much I can tell you. All right, Greg Brown said, more cushion for the pushing. All right, Greg. All right. I can tell you, that, like you said, everybody like a BBW. So back in the 80s and the 70s and 80s, a young lady that size would have saw a whole lot more ridicule. And when I think Sir Mix-a-Lot helped out a lot in terms of talking about women of size and bringing them out to the forefront. And because you actually see women, and Tyra Banks as well, because she had Takara on America's Next Top Model. She was one of the first plus size model that were in the mainstream. So I encourage her. Hey, make your money, make your coins, boo boo. Go ahead and get what you can, because your 15 minutes of fame is not where it wasn't doing well. Her rap career was okay. That we don't know her for a rap career. You hear her and you hear her rap. I'm not saying her rap is great. I'm not saying it's bad. But what I am saying is we know you more for your lawsuit than we know for your rap. I don't know if that's going to transition one into the other. So I'm going to say, go ahead, boo-boo. Make your money. Do what you got to do. Put your coins to the side. Make your money, boo-boo. Go ahead. I got that from Cat Williams. Make your money, boo-boo. Do what you got to do. I get it. I say, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And I think
7 with a small Coke.
Say it again.
I said, let me get a number 7 with a small Coke.
With a Diet Coke.
No, a small Coke. I didn't say nothing about diet. See, that's what I said. See, you can play sports talk with Kamau and Felix.
What's the difference? That small Coke, Diet Coke, what's the difference?
You just said it. A small Coke is the difference between a Diet Coke. I said a small Coke. I didn't say, man, you're not going to drag me in your web, man. No.
Hey, I got to stir the pot every now and then, too.
Yeah, that's why I said a small Coke. I know what I said, no.
All right, we want to thank more people who was on our Instagram side. I see a lot more people over there. We want to thank everybody on that side as well for joining us on that on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I got it right. All 5 platforms. And Marcus also had us on TikTok today. So I'm going to figure that out as well. I may have to pay the extra money. It's a little bit more money. And now we can get out all the platforms. We can add Twitch back and get both get the TikTok going, as well as add the other our other platform on Instagram. So we can get up to 8 or 9 platforms. The thing is, it costs money. Speaking of which, you got some people who got a little restaurant who need some advertisement. We do advertisement. We let's see here. We've been advertising this one for free for a minute. Where you? I know you got yours close somewhere.
Oh yeah, man, right here. I got it all.
That's right. We do all kind of good commercials around here.
Yeah, get you some of that and get you some of
it. Every day. We do commercials. So if y'all want to drive some traffic to your site, you want to drive some traffic to your restaurant, we talk about it. We nationwide, we worldwide. If you in China, you want somebody to go see your restaurant. If you here in America, we want just let us know. And we for a nominal fee, we'll send them people, and we'll put a whole banner. See, like we got these banners running, we'll run a banner for you.
Terry Fair Steakhouse.
Say it again.
Terry Fair Steakhouse.
Well, we do our best, though. We're going to make sure while we talk about
500 Dexter and Davidson.
Lord, all right. All right, we gonna get to our close. We gonna get out of here. As we do that, we want to send a shout out to Cranbrook Kingswood hockey team. They playing for the state championship today. And one more quick topic before we got here: the Tank versus Roach fight. What did you think about that fight?
I don't even know who them two people is, man.
Tank,
I gotta get
last
my
night,
pocket up, man. I don't even know who them two people.
Javante Tank fought against Roach, and it was a split decision, and a majority split decision. Tank took a knee, and they didn't count that as a knockdown. He stuck his head out and got his face wiped off. At the very least, that should have been a point deduction when he stuck his head out the ring and they wiped his face. The referee was very, very, very liberal in not counting that against them. So if anything, that should have been a point deduction, in my opinion. Once you take a knee, that counts as a knockdown. That should have been a 10-8 round. But that didn't go. They didn't hold that against Javante. And that goes to show you got to knock the champion out. If you're going to beat the champion, you got to be the best. You got to beat the best. So you really got to beat him. I thought he outpointed him as well. But hey, that's what happened. So they already setting up for the rematch. They already talking junk. You know how they do it. They already talking junk and getting set up for the rematch. So they're going to make big money on this one. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, next week we will be back March 15th. Same bat time, same bat channels. And 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And thank you for everything. Thank you, Kenneth. We love you too, brother. We love the fact you guys come on every week. Kenneth, Greg, Steven, my big brother. Everybody on the Instagram side that get a chance to see us now over there. Come on back. We here every week. And drop us a line. Let us know what you think. And we take constructive criticism. We take it very, very well. We want to hear from you. Because if we hear from you, that lets you know that one, you paying attention, you watching us. Two, that you have a vested interest in what we're doing and want to see us improve. And we okay with that. We are just all right with that. Don't forget, Tuesday nights, 8:30, Love and Stuff, the original flagship show hosted by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Wednesday afternoons, Dr. Valencia Evans, the good Dr. Valencia Evans has her show, Be Encouraged, sometime in the afternoon for her ministry as well. Thank you, Felix. Go green tomorrow. I'm saying they're gonna win by 7. I'm gonna say 87-80. I'm gonna say 87-80 victory. What you got for a score?
Try the prime rib at Terry Fair Steakhouse. Let me see. Michigan State 75-70.
75-70, and I'm saying 87-80. All right, young man. We'll be back. Thank you again, sir, for doing the show with me. Great show as always. And thank you, everybody, for coming out again. Have a great rest of your weekend and be safe.